Hey everyone, welcome to Average Joe Preparedness. My name's Rick, and I'm an Average Joe. I'm going to start this video off by saying that I am humbled and appreciative. It's been a while since my last video, and I actually received emails checking on me to make sure that I was okay. And that meant a lot to me because if you've been here a while, you know this is just my ramblings, and I didn't think this channel was going to get more than 10 subscribers, and I really don't think I'm that important of a person, and it really meant a lot to me. So we're going to start off with that. And the reason it's been a while is if you've been around for a while and you see how I look, is because, oh my God, I am busy. So I haven't got videos made lately. I think it's been like a month or so, or maybe more, because I am working my backside off. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there can understand that. Yes? Yes. I don't know where you guys are, but where I am, it went from like winter to summer. The lovely lady in my life, she was like, yeah, I think we had like a week of spring. And by a week, I mean like a work week, like 5 days. And it's burning up outside, and I got to get a lot of stuff done. I hope you guys can understand, when it was snowing like less than a month ago, like 3 weeks ago, it was snowing out there. And there's not a lot you can do. You can't prep a lot of stuff. Like the compost doesn't go well in the winter. It doesn't work. And my raised garden beds and the stuff, it's hard to do when there's snow falling on you. And now, I mean, I got to make it happen quick. I'm going to have a late growing season, and I don't even know what's going to grow this year. I have no idea, because it's already past their like grow stage temperatures. What the heck? So we're going to see what happens. Yes? Yes. And on top of that, remember, I'm an average Joe, and I mentioned it lots of times. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there like me. I live in suburbia, which means the front of my house has got to look better than my gardens and all that good kind of stuff. This stuff has to be secondary, or tertiary. It's got to be. It's just terrible. And we had that thing last year where it was so hot, so my backyard's dead because I used the water to try to keep the front yard. And I was actually out working this morning early because it's so hot. You got to get up early to do anything. One of my neighbors came by and he stopped, and he was like, I've never met him before, but I'm guessing he's driven by a few times, more than a few times. And he was like, hey, your yard looks good. You think you're going to be able to keep it looking good this year? And I turned around, I looked at my yard, and I looked at him, and I said, nope. I give it 2 weeks, and my front yard is going to look terrible because it's already hot and drought. Years after years of drought, the soil, I haven't been able to turn it yet, and blah, blah, blah. Yes? Yes. But this is the way. I mean, I've mentioned it before, that I had a checkered past, and I keep my house, I keep my yard, and I keep my neighborhood looking good. Because as things get worse, and I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but they are. I don't see them like turning into the roaring 20s and everything getting better. We've talked about that before. Things are going to trend down constantly. That is the way. It's going to happen until something terrible, terrible happens. Then there's like a reset. That's history, guys. You can go back and look at it. So what I do is I keep everything. I've mentioned it before. I try to keep everything looking good, because people with bad intentions go to places where they see that people don't take care of stuff. Because if people don't take care of stuff, they think, well, they don't care, then they're not going to care if I come in there and do stuff. It's a mentality thing, guys. You can believe me or not, but I hung out with a lot of those people, so this I know. Yes? Yes. Oh, I also want to mention, for those of you who look behind me, I don't know if anybody does, do not pay attention. I don't know if you guys, how much you guys can see, but do not pay attention to this stuff, because we don't talk about this on this channel. There's lots of channels out there. I'm in the middle of something. Among other things, I got to take care of business. I got to clean up some stuff, a bunch of stuff. But anyways, we don't talk about this. There's lots of channels out there that do. And for basic emergency preparedness and for practical preparedness, as of right now, this is not, I mean, for most people, this is not practical preparedness unless you live in a really bad city or something like that. Now, who knows? Maybe in the future, this stuff may become, and the things that go with it may come practical preparedness, if you get what I'm saying. And it is a possibility. I can always hope not, but I can always be ready for it. Yes? Yes. So yeah, I mean, we'll touch on this for a second. I don't know if you guys can see it. Something else I've been keeping busy. Okay, I usually don't show things, but I don't know. Can you guys You see that bruise right there? I'm an old man, a bruise easy. It's a few days old. I also got it coming all the way up here, one right, cross right there, and ow, and down into here. Do you know where that's from? Anybody? Anybody? America. That's what it's from. Yip, yip, yip. Went out with some family and friends, and we did that thing and stuff and all that good kind of stuff, because you got to do it once in a while. I don't talk about it because, again, people lose their minds. There's other channels that are for that. That's not what this channel's about, if you get what I'm saying. Again, basic emergency preparedness, practical preparedness, not up here as of yet. And again, hopefully this stuff, or the stuff that goes with this stuff, doesn't become practical preparedness for the majority of people out there. Yes? Yes. Okay, so I got one of my beds is ready. I already put some seeds in it. Don't know if they're gonna take because the weather went crazy. I got another bed ready to plant. I got the 3 other beds that they just need a little bit more work and they'll be planting. The strawberries are coming back. My perennials, the ones that come back all the time, they're coming back. The garlic's up, the asparagus is up, the onion chives are up. I said the strawberries already. I'm getting that trench over there ready for potatoes. Down the line, we're gonna be putting the standard stuff. We're gonna be putting the beans and the corn and get down. I'm gonna do more in the back this year for the vine plants. I gotta hustle, you know what I'm saying? I'm busting my backside out here, guys. And I know somebody will be like, I get that done in a day. Well, I do it a certain way. My ground is terrible. I've mentioned it before, the soil. Once you get down a little bit, unless you're doing chemicals, and I try not to use chemicals, so I'm trying to be a hippie, and it takes longer and more effort, and I'm trying to change all the soil everywhere in my entire yard. Yes? Yes. And by change it, I mean actually get topsoil back there. Again, I saw something where it's like there's like 4 inches of topsoil across the United States on average. Some places don't have any. And it used to be like 4 feet. You know, life was 4 feet down. And in most places it's not. In housing, they use crud soil, and then people use the chemical fertilizers, and that kills things. I'm trying to bring the soil back to life, and that takes time and effort. Yes, luckily for me, as of this moment, right now, I don't have to survive off my gardens. So, and doing the yard, not so much. I mean, it'd be nice if the backyard looked good, so I could have barbecues and stuff, which I can't because my backyard looks so terrible. But worst case scenario, I could plant stuff. I mean, tear up my grass and actually use it as a garden. Yes? I got that really big raised garden bed, but I'm not putting anything in it this year. I'm going to get 2 more, and we're going to move them around until we figure out how they're going to be designed so they look pretty in my backyard. Yeah. Also, right there, you guys can't see it, I got a chicken coop. And I'll be putting that up this year, but no chickens. Because I'm going to put it up and then move it around, and then it'll be moved somewhere else, and we'll do it with the raised garden beds, the huge raised garden beds. We're going to put little trellises and stuff and get this part of the yard trying to look nice. I'm going to try to get some fruit trees this year. Don't know if I can. Going to try to get a couple more berry bushes in this year. Don't know if I can. I have goals, but time is my nemesis. Dang it. And I hope some of you guys out there can understand. And once again, that reflects back on why it's been a while since I made a video. Yes? Let me see, what else we got planned out there? That's it, I guess, for this year. Gonna take down, I got not a gazebo. What the heck do they call that thing that doesn't have a roof on it, but it looks like a gazebo? I'll think of it in a second. Anyways, tearing that down this year because it looks bad. Gonna get another one. And yeah. Oh, the video I had planned. Hold on one second. Another thing that put me behind on making a video is there was somebody who made a comment. I think it was on my last video or the video before that. Nobody responded, to include me. Hopefully you guys understand. I usually don't answer them until I go to put another video up. I've mentioned that before, and I feel bad, but that's the way, guys. But I looked at it and I was like, that's not going to take a response. There's so much information that can be put on it. It's going to be a video. And the question was, this individual was asking, what do you do when it's really, really hot and there's no electricity? Well, there's so many variables to that, and there's so many things you can do on little levels. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make a video about it. So my next planned video, scheduled video, I don't know if the person's gonna watch this because nobody answered your question, including me, so you might have been offended and you might have left. But it was just an average person, if you know who I'm talking about. I'm actually gonna make a video to respond to your thing. I didn't say verbatim what you asked, but it was about not having power and staying cool in the heat. Yes, because that's a really big subject with a whole bunch of variables. Yay. All right, guys, I actually hear other people working in the yards. It's killing me. I need to get back out there. I got tons of stuff to do. I've been baking, by the way, baking. You guys should too. Bread. I've been baking stuff. I've been learning how to cook with basic stuff. You know what I mean? Made from scratch, made cookies and all kinds of stuff, which I think is good. Made little apple pie things, doesn't matter. Neighbors gave me some apples, so I turned them into little apple crumbs. I do this because they were in ramekins. I made little ramekin pies, little ramekin apple crumbles. Yes, I bake and I cook. I learn to do stuff from scratch, hopefully. Let's see, what else? I told you about that. I told you about this stuff, so that way you don't think about it. Let's not mention this, by the way, guys. You know what I'm talking about because of the algorithms or whatever those things are. Yeah, and I don't know what happened because I look back on my videos, 0 views are coming, and the comments just ended. So I have no idea what the algorithm did to me, and you know what? Don't really care. Let's touch on that real quick before I say goodbye. I noticed there's a few other channels that are making themselves scarce, and I think it's because they actually started getting busy. I don't know how content creators do it. You know what I'm saying? Like do videos every day or every other day, but there's ones that do it every day, and I'm like, I don't have anything that important to say that I can come talk to you every day, and I'm too gosh darn busy, guys. And I hope you are too, in a good way. You know that you got a lot of things going on, a lot of things that you want to get done, a lot of things you are getting done. But yeah, but the ones that are there, and I've mentioned it before, please be careful what you get your information. It looks like some channels are being done by AIs, if you guys know what I'm talking about, where it's the computer voice and they use all these they show you all these terrible things on the screen and they don't really give you a lot of information. It's just for paranoia. And yeah, a lot of stuff about paranoia, a lot of do this now and oh my gosh and evacuate and blah, 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 blah. So just be careful where you get your information from. Be careful how you let it affect you, inside emotionally. Yes? Yes. All right, with that, I got to go. So I hope you guys aren't offended. So I hope this finds you well. I hope you are happy. Yay. I hope you are positive. And I hope for whatever life is bringing you and whatever you see coming to you and however the world is treating you, I hope that you are being prepared.